Imagine if the XRP vs SE case, which has shaped and rocked the cryptocurrency industry for more than 3 years, has just reached a spectacular end. Though not yet, the case that has kept analysts, investors, and the industry on edge may finally be finished. Although confirmation is still pending, a leaked document that was delivered anonymously to important insiders seems to be the judge's final unsigned order. A shocking discovery that is quickly gaining traction. The words that all XRP holders have been waiting for are included in this document. The shocking acknowledgement that the SEC acted in bad faith has far-reaching consequences. However, that is only the start of this extraordinary tale. This decision is historic for the cryptocurrency community since it not only declares Ripple the winner but also mandates that XRP holders receive a whopping $2,000 billion in compensation. Let's get right in and examine the specifics of the leaked paper that has been causing a stir in the legal and cryptocurrency worlds. Things start to get extremely intriguing at this point. Text purportedly from the Southern District of New York is included in the photograph, which we will display on screen with redactions for legal protection. It has an aura of authenticity that is difficult to deny because it is formatted exactly like previous court orders in this matter. The language and structure of the document are consistent with previous examples. The Securities and Exchange Commission intentionally created regulatory ambiguity for retail investors and failed to demonstrate good faith in its pursuit of Ripple Labs, Inc., according to the most damning line. This is a grave charge with potentially significant repercussions. The nuclear weapon is then dropped. A $2 billion disgorgement remedy has been granted, which will be fairly dispersed among the impacted XRP holders. This is a startling amount that marks a significant change in the case's trajectory. Yes, you and every other member of the XRP army who stood their ground during this legal battle will receive restitution. Let's discuss the possible implications of this. We're looking at the first crypto class action style compensation order in U.S. legal history if the court finalizes this decision, which is again an unsigned leak that hasn't been formally entered yet. If accurate, the decision orders that money from the CC's enforcement budget, not Ripple, be redistributed to XRP holders who suffered financial losses as a result of delisting, market suppression, and reputational damages. It's not necessary to be a whale. Do not require 10,000 XRP. Even wallets that held just 100 XRP during the enforcement period, which spanned from late 2020 to 2023, would be able to get a part based on the criteria that were released. The only requirement would be on-chain proof, which could be confirmed using airdrop-style snapshot techniques. A trustee-based distribution mechanism is also mentioned in the document. This would probably make use of blockchain addresses, KYC-free verification through exchanges, or interaction with wallets such as Ledger Live or XUM. To put it briefly, you might be compensated for simply hodling. Since there must be a villain in every story, let's now discuss this one. The antagonist in this instance is named Gary Gensler. For months, the current SEC chair has faced criticism, but this decision, if verified, that might be the last straw for him. A resignation letter has reportedly already been written, according to legal circles in Washington, D.C. According to sources, internal strife has escalated, particularly as legislative leaders from both parties cast doubt on Gensler's anti-crypto sentiment. Gensler might have to resign within weeks if this decision is made public and it proves that the SEC was acting intentionally rather than merely carelessly. This would be a devastating blow to his career and a huge win for all the cryptocurrency projects who were unfairly singled out while he was in charge. However, we must not overlook the implications for the price of XRP. XRP was trading at about 60 cents when the lawsuit started. As delisting and anxiety spread, it fell below 20 cents at its lowest. Retailers believed XRP was dead, media hysteria erupted, and exchanges such as Coinbase withdrew support. Now, though, that story is now dead. We are no longer in the realm of speculation after a final verdict that upheld Ripple's compliance, confirmed that XRP is not a securities, and even ordered damages for retail holders. We're in the process of finding prices. The relisting, reassessment, and repositioning of XRP at the core of global liquidity are all imminent. Let's go back to the video's most explosive segment now. 10,000 XRP, does that sound crazy? Let's dissect it, just arithmetic, no gimmick. Therefore, XRP is more than simply a coin. It's a settlement layer, a bridge for liquidity, and a useful tool for institutions, banks, governments, and yes, even individual investors. If legal clarity eventually opens the door for adoption in the United States and XRP becomes the default method for CBDC interoperability, as 5 central banks have already indicated, the amount of liquidity needed to support global financial volume becomes truly unimaginably large. Now, let's assume that 10% of international cross-border transactions start using XRP for settlement. And when you take into account Ripple's international collaborations, that estimate is actually fairly modest. That amounts to a value flow of almost $500 billion every day. In international markets, XRP would have to sustain high liquidity without slipping. And to be honest, only a high unit price can justify that, neither 1 or 10 or even 100. According to the calculations, in order to support trillions of dollars in volume, limit volatility, and allow for scale, the price of XRP should be between 1,000 and 10,000. And that's before we even take into consideration supply reductions over time and speculative demand following the SC-Win token burns. And that future is now fully unlocked thanks to this verdict. Imagine a digital asset that has institutional approval, full U.S. legal clarity, global value, and now a moral story of justice and healing. This combination is unique to XRP and not found in Ethereum, Bitcoin, or Solana. What comes next, then? We're genuinely on the cusp of the biggest retail financial restitution event in cryptocurrency history if this leaked ruling is real, as early indications indicate. Additionally, before relistings, institutional onboarding, and, well, mass FOMO start, we're looking at a generational buying opportunity. Do not be misled. This is a pivotal moment, not just a court case. Not only are XRP holders receiving payment, but they are also receiving validation. The mainstream may make fun of them all they want, but history has chosen to support the XRP army. We now have a job to prepare for, so please subscribe now, share this video, and leave a comment below. Justice is on the way, and I'm prepared because your wallet and XRP will change drastically once this decision is made public. Disclaimer: please keep in mind that the information I offer is based on my personal experiences and opinions, and I am not a professional financial advisor. These videos' material is only intended for entertainment purposes and should not be interpreted as expert financial advice or direction. Before making any investments or financial decisions, I always advise viewers to do their own research, carefully consider all available information, and speak with knowledgeable experts. I sincerely appreciate you listening and participating in our community. If you liked the video, please hit the subscribe button to help the channel, share it with your friends, and give it a thumbs up. Additionally, be sure to enable notifications so you can always be the first to know when I post changes and new stuff. I can't wait to see you again in the next video. Have a great day ahead of you and be careful.